Hello, welcome to my second episode of Realizing Blessings in Baking. I am so excited to be cooking something with blackberries because I love blackberries and I love making yummy things for my family. And so I decided to make a blackberry cobbler. It was something that was requested the most by my family and friends. So I thought it would be interesting to do. When researching Blackberry Cobbler, it was very interesting the things that I found. Some of them said you could put the blackberries down first and then the dough on top. Some of them said do strips. Some of them said just kind of throw the dough on. Some of them said put the dough on the bottom. So there's lots of different ways to make Blackberry Cobbler, apparently. This recipe tells me to actually cook something on the stove, which is the part that I'm not as good at. So that's why I decided to make this today. The whole point of this, of my Blessings in Baking video series, is to get me to do some things that I don't normally do and to try to get the hang of it. So, hey, I'm doing something a little bit out of my comfort zone and sharing it with you so you can make fun of me or whatever, or enjoy it, whatever. So we're going to start with the berries. They cook for 2 minutes on the stove, so I'm going to put them in the saucepan. It is, I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands one more time because you always wash your hands before you start. And it's really good to have clean hands. And I learned from the last episode to have a towel on hand right next to me in case I need it. So there's that. I've already heated the oven to 400 degrees. Now I'm going to combine water, sugar, cornstarch, cinnamon, and blackberries. So here is my 1.5 cups of blackberries. And just so you know, so delicious. Are sweet, right? Shout out to my Aunt Retha, who allowed me to pick these beauties on her property. They're absolutely amazing. So I have 3/4 cup of sugar, water, sugar, cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's the big one, not the little one. And I know from watching cooking shows that the cornstarch thickens it up a little bit. So that's cool. Good things to know. Now, cinnamon. Cinnamon is very fun to use. It's sometimes hard to measure out. It's 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I guess with cinnamon, a lot of times in baking you want to be very precise. A little bit more, a little bit less, not gonna matter that much, but I was able to get a good teaspoon, good even teaspoon. I almost was thinking I might just go with that, but I got it. It's good. Water, sugar, cornstarch, cinnamon, and blackberries. I didn't do the water, so 1 cup of water. And let me grab and put that for that. I mentioned on my other episode, my previous episode, how much I love Pampered Chef, and Pampered Chef has some really fun items. This is another one. It is liquid if you go one way, a little spout, and solid measurement if you go the other way. So love this. I'm gonna use 1 cup, so liquid side. There it is, 1 cup. And in it goes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that up. And I'm going to put this on to boil. Bring to a boil. So I bring it to a boil and I cook it for 2 minutes. Now, interestingly, it takes a while for things to boil. So I'm going to put that on high going to get the rest of this ready while I'm waiting for that. So here is my cup. Another reason I chose this recipe is I figured it would be a little quicker with Bisquick. Bisquick can be your friend, and I just thought I would take this shortcut today because it's kind of getting late. So here is my cup of Bisquick. You can also make Bisquick. I found out doing this research that you can make Bisquick at home with like flour and some other things, but this is actual Bisquick from the box. And I'm gonna need 2 teaspoons of sugar. So, where's your 2 teaspoons of sugar? There we go. I need some melted butter. This is 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I believe it takes about 20 seconds to melt butter in the microwave, so I'm gonna do that. We'll see if it actually takes 20 seconds, and I can let you know. And then I need some milk. I have a 1/4 cup of milk ready to go. So mix that in. Just waiting on butter. It's not all the way melted, so maybe 30 seconds instead of 20. I'm gonna do 10 more. Sometimes it says soft butter, so you don't want it all the way melted. Definitely not boiling yet, and our butter is pretty much melted. Just like one little chunk that is now melted. Stir it just a little bit, so now it's good, all melted, ready to go. Pour that in. Okay, so this should be ready to go now. I'm just gonna stir it up. This makes my dough. And I'm really excited to hopefully share this with my family. Not all of them like blackberries, but maybe they'll try it and try something new. I love blackberries. My husband loves blackberries. Some of my family are willing to try new things, so there's that. And hopefully this doesn't take too long because the day is ending and I'm ready for bed. Alright. So this is what it makes. Not much dough here, but I'm gonna stir my bears again. Not boiling yet. So what I'm thinking is, if you want to make more, you might want to double this recipe because that's all it makes. And so I'm gonna actually put it into a pan like this, and I think that probably will be the right size. It said casserole dish. It wasn't very specific in the instructions. By the way, I got this off of freebisquickrecipes.com. So if you're ever looking to create things from Bisquick, then this is a good place to go. And that's for good. I would like to share something interesting that I found as I was doing my research. Somebody mentioned how when you are getting the blackberries, you can poke yourself on the thorns, which I did. I think it's kind of hard not to when you're getting those little berries off and the thorns are like right there. And that is an example of what life is like, you know, when you're trying to get the good things that God has for you, and those darn thorns, they just get in the way and prick you. But then you can take something like a beautiful, wonderful blackberry fruit and make something amazing out of it. Even though you get those little sores and those little pains along the way, something good will come out of it. And the other thing that I thought was interesting was all of the different ways that people interpret a blackberry cobbler. It goes to show how different God made each one of us, and things are not set in stone. There's not like one specific way to do everything, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this too, is because I wanted to try some new and different things, not only new for me, but also for hopefully for some of you. So I do find it interesting that boiling the berries is the longest part of this whole process, because it just says, hey, boil for 2 minutes, and you're like, 2 minutes, that goes by pretty quick. But actually getting it up to that temperature where it's boiling, that actually takes quite a bit of time. So I've already got my dough, which is awesome, and this fell on the counter, so I'm going to taste it and let you know how it tastes. That's good. Nice and sweet. A little salty, but I think it's going to be a perfect mix with those awesome sweet berries and the sugar. So just waiting for that to boil. Okay, it is. So I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. And then what I'm supposed to do, after I boil this for 2 minutes, then I put this in the pan, the berry mixture in the pan, and then I put the dough on top of that, and I'm just gonna try to spread it out, maybe do a couple chunks, and that's what makes it into a cobbler, is having the fruit and the dough on top. And again, like I told you, you can put the dough on the bottom and the berries on top if you want to, or you can put the berries on the bottom and the dough on top. You can drop the dough on or make strips. I found all of those examples when I was researching this. So the one that I have now says to put the berries in first and then put the dough on top and then bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. So I am excited for the end of that 25 to 30 minute time, because I want to eat this dessert. I'm ready for dessert tonight, so I hope you all are ready for desserts. To see what it looks like when it comes out. I won't make you wait the whole 25 to 30 minutes with me and just watch me talk, because I'm sure that can get a little bit boring. I'll probably just blabber on, so we'll kind of do like a little cut and come back at the end. So, 1 more minute of this. I'm really interested to know if anybody tries it, or if anybody's had it before. Maybe you have another recipe that you like as well for cobbler that you would be willing to comment in the comments below. Or if you make this one, you can tell me how it worked out for you. Most likely, it'll go a little bit better for you, because I am just starting out. And I've actually never made this before. You might think that's surprising, but I don't make a lot of things, so. Here it is. Check, make sure that I'm doing everything right. But, okay, definitely having to rely on my phone turning off, really not a good choice. Yep, I got all that. Pour into casserole dish, cover with topping. This is the topping, and so here we go. I'm gonna put this on there. Here, I'll bring it. Sorry. wanted you to see it a little bit more closely. Okay. Just kind of putting it on top. Not quite sure how this is supposed to go in there, just in chunks, I guess. If I were doing this again, I think that I wouldn't want to just put it in chunks because it just doesn't seem. That's what happens when you do this for the first time. You learn things that you like and things that you don't like. And I was just going off of a recipe, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but this is what it looks like. So here goes in the oven, about 25 to 30 minutes. And we'll see how it turns out. Don't forget to put the timer on. Hey, I'm back. I just took this out of the oven. And here it is. So it's really gooey. It's, when I took it out, it was bubbling. It looks like the berry mixture is soaking into the biscuits, so it really looks delicious. And it's just stopped bubbling. I did take it out 2 minutes early because it was definitely brown on top. So usually, you know, if it's looking pretty brown, then it's done. I'm gonna take a taste for you. And hopefully not burn my mouth too much. Okay, here we go. It's got a nice crisp top, so that's good. Pretty good. It's really kind of gooey. When I dish this up, I'm gonna put some whipped cream on top. I definitely will let it thicken for a little bit. But here we go. That is really hot. Not too hot. Wow. That is so good. It is hot, but it's very sweet and delicious. I love that fruity flavor. And the texture of the biscuit just adds to that. It will be so fabulous with some whipped cream. And I can't wait until my family gets to try it and see those smiles on their faces, which is the biggest blessing for me. And I hope that this whole process has been a blessing for you in some sense. Whether you're going to try it and let me know how it goes or just make fun of me because I don't know how to do this. Either way,